Beauty Queen just made a brutally honest statement about Muslims. Do you agree with her? America is supposed to be the land of opportunity. People here are born with the right to be wrong and they exercise that right regularly. The point is that we will find many people that we disagree with, and that should be handled carefully. Those on the left are especially animated about this point. They teach tolerance like it's all 10 of their commandments. Sadly, they seem to have a hard time practicing it themselves. It seemed that the whole world was up in arms when a bakery wouldn't bake a cake for an event that they disagreed with. The nation and the courts were all involved in pushing these Christians into doing something that they didn't want to do, and this is just one incident, and they were made out to be villains because they wouldn't support the actual event that was against their personal beliefs, with no mention of having a problem with the people themselves. Soapboxes were dusted off and tolerance was the word of the month. But let the winner of a contest speak out, making their opinions known about the protected Muslims, and ask organizations to accept her, despite her personal opinions, and watch what hits the fan. This isn't a hypothetical, this is really happening in Puerto Rico, where the winner of Miss Puerto Rico, Destiny Velez, is being dethroned after she spoke out in a way that the Miss Puerto Rico organization didn't agree with. Via Daily News Cycle, Miss Puerto Rico, Destiny Velez, has been indefinitely suspended from her official role. After engaging in a Twitter attack against Muslims, filmmaker Michael Moore was apparently offended. This strong opinionated beauty queen took a stand for her conservative views to protect the President of the United States, which triggered the indefinite suspension. All what Muslims have done is provided oil and terrorized this country and many others. She took a run at a sacred cow. So the PC police slapped her down. Was this protecting their brand, or was this unfair censorship? Miss Puerto Rico, Destiny Velez, got in a Twitter war with Michael Moore. And it cost her her title. Was that fair? Or too much? Michael Moore, you may remember, shambled his fat ass over to Trump Tower to hold up a ridiculous sign as a publicity stunt. Political stunt that it was, it turned him some political blowback. Photoshop was used, liberally, to make a counter-argument. Just a few examples. A clever one that put him in a marched point made. Miss Puerto Rico took a different approach. She answered his tweet with actual words. Here's what she said. There's no comparison between Jews, Christians, and Muslims. Jews nor Christians have terrorizing agendas in their sacred books. All what Muslims have done is provided oil and terrorize this country and many others. All they do is build their mosques, feel offended by American values and terrorize innocent Americans and plant gas stations. Most terrorist attacks have had a religion and a name associated with them, and they have been from Islam religion. Many pull out the card of Muslims serving in our military. Are they in the military queues because they love our nation or to acquire benefits? Why do people want to separate Muslims from ISIS when ISIS is a group of Muslim fanatics? All they do is build their mosques, feel offended by American values and terrorize innocent Americans and plant gas stations and get guns and kills innocent people, and destroy precious artifacts. Muslims use our constitution to terrorize USA and plant gas stations. Islamic God is not the same God as Christians and Jews. Could it be argued she overstated her case by overly generalizing? Possibly. What was the reaction to this series of tweets? As though you haven't already guessed by now, Miss Velez's actions were in contradiction to the organization, and therefore as a consequence of her actions, she has been suspended indefinitely. The Miss Puerto Rico organization will not tolerate any actions or behavior contrary to the Miss Puerto Rico organization. Sure, the event itself happened a while ago, but seeing how everyone on the left is lining up against free speech, it's good to remember just how far they're willing to take it. This time it was her title and job on the line. Whose job will it be next time? So much for tolerance, I guess. It seems like if they have such a huge objection to the lack of acceptance she was showing, maybe you should show some yourself. I guess that wouldn't fit in with the punishing they like to do. I think the thing that the liberals hate about situations like this is twofold. Firstly, if you're beautiful you're not supposed to be a free thinker, and this chick seems to have both brains and beauty in equal measures. Secondly, that makes an excellent point with her statement about this religion they're so ferociously protecting. If the Muslims who want to enter our country now wanted to keep to their preferred stipulations of covering up and avoiding pork, I seriously doubt that anyone would find fault in that. The Amish do it and we respect them for their calm and gentle ways. But that's not what Muslims want to do. They want to not only decide their own actions, but the actions of others as well, and much of their teaching is far from gentle. They're hailing from a religion that pushes a convert or die philosophy, and they refuse to refute that.